Hi, welcome back. It's the Kalo Gamer. It's time for a gameplay video now. This time it's a Sega Saturn release. This is the Japanese version of Sega AV's OutRun. This was a standalone release back in the day. It featured a multiple release, part of a package on a PAL release. It was released in a 3 game compilation, which featured OutRun, Afterburner and Space Area. This is the standalone Japanese version that we're playing now. The options page. Game mode overseas or Japan. Overseas and Japan is a different layout, track layout. You're going to play the overseas version because that's the Western, more popular version. You're going to choose Splash Wave. It's being played with the standard Saturn controller, not the 3D controller. So it's a really nice version on the Saturn. Virtually arcade perfect. The soundtrack's helped by the fact that it's being streamed from the CD. But again, some really nice smooth sprite scaling. Unfortunately, the PAL release of this suffered a glitch, which meant on this level the car stuck, or should I say stuck at this angle here now, so that sort of overhead view. They sort of stayed like that until the end of the game. But as you'll see, Japanese version, it does actually tilt back down into its correct position once you've passed through all the tunnels. See, it's reseated itself. You check out the PAL version. It's still stuck in that sort of semi-overhead view right until the end of the stage. So well, until you've completed that sort of set stage, if you know. But yeah, it's a really good conversion.
Checkpoint.
Rolled out to the checkpoint. Obviously, if you do play these on a PAL Saturn, you're best to get your machine chipped or switched so that you can play the 60 Hz. It really does affect the gameplay if you're playing at 50 Hz. Really is the best thing you can do for your Saturn. Just get it switched to play at 60 Hz. It's not too difficult for most Saturns to fit a 60 Hz switch. Region switching is something different. I've only ever managed to do that once on a Model 2. And I managed to region switch a PAL 1 to a NTSCJ. That was a fixed sort of conversion, which is rather tricky. That particular machine I did sell to a guy that used to run a game shop for his own personal use. It was a game shop in a little town called Willenhall in the Black Country, and the game shop was called Game Crazy.
Get ready.
One more go game isn't really out. I think this, along with Power Drift, are probably my two favourite Sega Ages releases on Saturn. I absolutely loved OutRun in the arcade. I was only a teenager and I loved every minute I played on it. Especially if I got a chance to play the hydraulic coin-op. To me that just screams Sega. Unfortunately, the Dreamcast version features a different car sprite to this in the arcade. It's to do with the licensing from Ferrari. But unfortunately, the Dreamcast version, while it's very nice, it's the same as on the Shenmue minigame. The car sprite's actually not the Ferrari Testarossa that's used in the coin-op. Well, it still looks quite nice. It's not, in my eyes, arcade perfect. This is the arcade version. But what that does have, like on the Yu Suzuki GameWorks, that also features the same version of OutRun, but it also includes a very nice version of Power Drift. It runs at 60 frames a second. Slightly higher resolution than the Saturn version, which is a bit nearer the coin-op. So while the OutRun versions on the Dreamcast are not as close as the Saturn version, Power Drift is. The other games on Shenmue, the mini games like Afterburner and Hang-On, are pretty much the same as on every other version. They're they're pretty much arcade perfect. I feel it was a bit of a missed opportunity that Sega didn't release Super Hang-On on the Sega Ages. Release label, which is a bit of a shame really. I do like Super Hang-On. It's a decent conversion on the Mega Drive, but it's not arcade perfect. It would really been nice to have seen that on the Saturn. Obviously they've released it later on the likes of the Wii, on the Virtual Console, and on the Xbox 360 I do believe they released it on there as well. But it would have been nice to have it released on the Saturn. It's part of the Sega Ages range. It's quite a tough game to play in the arcade. Very often the difficulty level was set up pretty high because they wanted obviously to get those coins in. And so the conversion team behind this were the same people that converted King of Fighters 95 to the Saturn as well. So they're quite a talented team. I do believe they also converted Space Harrier Afterburner.
Checkpoint.
Saturn on the Ages label. They weren't the people behind Galaxy Force or Power Drift. I believe the company were called Retobo Games, and so they specialised in arcade conversions. Not sure quite what happened to them. I suppose you could always wiki that and find out. So this is running in the arcade mode, as in 30 frames per second mode. There is a 60 frames per second smooth mode, but again, it's not what the arcade ran at. It ran at 30 frames.
Congratulations.
1 second to spare. The wheels almost fell off. Again, it's been the KLI Gamer. It's been a pleasure recording this video, and as always, feel free to drop a comment. And thanks for viewing.